Let's be real. Everyone's on the hunt for the next big crypto moonshot. So today, we're going to break down an analysis that points to 3 smaller projects it says are just coiled and ready for a breakout. And these aren't just random hype coins. The focus here is on real-world use, specific reasons they could grow, and actual people using them. Let's see what they are.
It's the million-dollar question, right? Which projects are going to lead the charge in the next cycle? While the big names are grabbing all the headlines, that truly explosive growth, it often comes from these smaller projects that are just waiting for their moment. So, where does today's analysis say we should be looking?
Well, this particular analysis really hones in on 3 of these small caps. We're going to dive into what each one does, why it actually matters, and the specific catalysts that could really light a fire under them. So kicking things off, let's get to the number 3 pick.
Coming in at number 3 is a project called Verasity. You'll see it as VRA. The source calls it the anti-fraud protocol, and right off the bat, that tells you it's trying to solve a very real and very expensive problem. And believe me, what a problem it is. Ad fraud is an absolutely massive drain on the digital advertising world. I mean, we are talking billions of dollars just vanishing into thin air thanks to fake views from bots. It hurts advertisers, it hurts creators, and Verasity is designed to fight it head on.
So what could make this thing pop? Well, first up, the source points to its patented proof-of-view technology. And get this, it's already getting some serious traction. It's landing major partnerships in the esports scene, it's actually generating real revenue, and it has a token burn mechanism, which basically just means they systematically reduce the total supply to make the remaining tokens more scarce. You add a low market cap on top of that, and the analysis says you've got the recipe for a potential breakout.
So you put all that together, and what's the potential? The source is projecting a return of anywhere from 10 to 25 times if its anti-fraud tech keeps gaining ground like it is now. A pretty compelling case for the number 3 spot.
All right, let's move on to the number 2 pick. This one plugs right into what is, probably the biggest story in all of tech right now, artificial intelligence. The project is called Sleepless AI.
So the core idea here is to mash up a few really powerful trends. Sleepless AI creates these AI-driven digital companions that live inside an interactive game. It's an ecosystem where you can play and earn actual crypto rewards just for engaging. So you've got this cool mix of AI, gaming, and that Web3 idea of decentralized ownership. Now, in a space that's full of hype, the source says a few things make this one stand out. For starters, it's got some serious venture capital money behind it. Second, this isn't just some white paper, it's a real live product that people are actually using. And finally, its user base is apparently growing steadily, and it's getting a ton of buzz on social media.
So when you think about the sheer power of that AI narrative, which, let's be honest, is still just getting started, the potential here is pegged at a 20x return, as long as it keeps up this momentum.
Okay, and now for the number 1 pick, according to our source. This one is what they call a GPU powerhouse, and it's all about providing the fundamental building blocks for the future of, well, pretty much everything. The project is Render, ticker RNDR. So what does it actually do? Well, at its core, Render's purpose is brilliantly simple and incredibly powerful. It's basically a decentralized marketplace for computer power. If you have extra GPU capacity, you can rent it out to creators and developers who desperately need it.
And who's hungry for this kind of power? Oh, just some of the biggest and fastest growing industries on the entire planet. AI systems need an almost unbelievable amount of GPU resources. Hollywood studios use this stuff for rendering blockbuster movies, and the demand from gaming and visual effects is just constantly exploding.
So, why does the source put Render at number 1? Well, the whole idea is built on 3 massive forces crashing into each other, and it all starts with the biggest one, AI.
And that whole AI revolution, it runs on one thing, a mind-boggling amount of GPU computing power.
And the final piece of the puzzle? Render organizes all of this using that core Web3 idea of a decentralized network, which makes getting that power way more efficient and open for everybody.
And that right there is the magic. It perfectly shows why the source is so bullish on Render. See, it's not just chasing one trend. It's sitting right at the crossroads of 3 of the most powerful movements in technology today. And that's where the source believes capital is going to flow.
So what's on the horizon? The catalysts are pretty clear. The source points to more big partnerships in film and AI. The launch of staking is coming soon, which lets users earn rewards and help secure the network, and it's just continuing to expand. It's that classic economic setup, a limited supply meeting a very real and fast-growing demand.
And for all those reasons, the source gives Render its biggest long-term potential. We're talking a 10 to 50x return. That's why it's the #1 pick in this analysis.
All right, so there you have it. That's the breakdown of the top 3 high-potential small caps according to our source. Let's just do a quick flyby to wrap it all up.
Okay, let's run it back. Coming in at number 3, we had Verasity, VRA, the anti-fraud protocol with a potential 10 to 25x. In the number 2 spot was Sleepless AI, riding that AI gaming wave with a potential 20x. And taking the top spot, number 1 was Render, RNDR, the decentralized GPU powerhouse, with a huge stated potential of 10 to 50x.
And that really brings us to the big question this whole analysis leaves you with. You've got 3 projects, and each one represents a huge emerging story. But which one do you think is going to be the defining force? Is it the direct use of AI? Is it the nuts and bolts infrastructure that powers everything behind the scenes? Or is it that targeted, real-world utility that solves a super specific, expensive problem? Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for tuning in.